Imagine being stranded in the wilderness, miles from civilization, with nothing but your wits and a few basic tools. Would you survive? The art of bushcraft might just be the key to answering that question with a resounding yes. Bushcraft is more than just a set of survival skills. It's a philosophy that embraces our connection with nature and hones our ability to thrive in the great outdoors. Whether you're an avid hiker, a weekend camper, or simply someone who wants to be prepared for any situation, mastering bushcraft techniques could quite literally save your life. In this video, we'll explore 5 essential tools that form the backbone of any bushcraft kit and delve into the techniques that transform these simple items into life-saving assets. But before we dive in, remember, the most important tool in bushcraft isn't something you can hold in your hand. It's the knowledge and skills you carry in your mind. Now, let's get down to brass tacks, or should I say, down to carbon steel. Because our first essential tool is a robust, full-tang knife. This isn't just any blade you'd use to butter your morning toast. A good bushcraft knife is the Swiss Army knife of the wilderness, minus the corkscrew, because let's face it, if you're popping champagne, you're probably not in a survival situation. Your knife should have a fixed blade, ideally 4 to 6 inches long. It's your ticket to shelter building, fire preparation, food procurement, and even first aid. From batoning wood to skinning game, a quality knife is the cornerstone of bushcraft. Next up, we have the ferrocerium rod, affectionately known as a Ferro rod. This magical stick produces sparks hot enough to ignite tinder, even when wet. It's like carrying 1,000 matches in your pocket without the worry of them getting damp or running out. And unlike your ex, it won't let you down when things get heated. Third on our list is cordage. Paracord is the gold standard here. With a breaking strength of 550 pounds and 7 inner strands that can be separated for finer work, paracord is the duct tape of the bushcraft world. From shelter construction to gear repair, this versatile tool has got you covered. Just don't get any ideas about using it as a fashion statement back in civilization. Fourth, we have a metal container. This multitasking marvel serves as a vessel for boiling water, cooking food, and even making char cloth for future fire starting. Stainless steel is ideal for its durability and resistance to rust. Remember, in the wilderness, this pot might be the only thing standing between you and a bad case of giardia. So treat it with respect, keep it clean, and maybe don't use it as a helmet, no matter how tempting it might be during a sudden hailstorm. Last but not least, we have a folding saw. While your knife can handle small cutting tasks, a saw is essential for processing larger pieces of wood efficiently. This tool will save you time and energy when building shelters or preparing firewood. Plus, it's a lot quieter than trying to karate chop your way through a log. Trust me, the local wildlife will appreciate your consideration. Now that we've got our tools sorted, let's talk techniques. After all, having a Ferrari doesn't make you a race car driver, and having these tools doesn't automatically make you Bear Grylls. Let's start with the knife. One of the most important techniques to master is batoning. This involves using another piece of wood as a baton to drive your knife through larger pieces of wood, effectively splitting them. It's like being a lumberjack, but with more finesse and less flannel. Place your knife on top of the wood you want to split, then strike the spine of the knife with your baton. This technique allows you to process larger pieces of wood for shelter or fire, even without an axe. Another crucial knife skill is feather sticking. This involves creating a mass of thin wood curls still attached to a larger piece, which makes for excellent fire starter. It's like giving a stick a bad haircut, but with purpose. Hold your knife at a shallow angle to the stick and slice away from yourself, creating thin, curling shavings. The goal is to produce a fuzzy stick that will catch a spark easily. Moving on to the Ferro rod, the key is to create a shower of sparks onto your tinder. Hold the rod close to your tinder bundle and strike it with the back of your knife, moving from the top of the rod downwards in a swift, firm motion. It's a bit like playing a fiery violin, but the music is the crackling of your newly born fire. When it comes to cordage, one of the most useful techniques is the bow drill friction fire method. This involves creating a bow, similar to an archer's bow, which is used to rapidly spin a wooden drill into a fireboard, creating enough friction to produce an ember. It's like rubbing your hands together to warm them up, but taken to the extreme. This method requires practice, but it's an invaluable skill when your modern, fire-starting methods fail. Your metal container isn't just for boiling water. It can be used to make char cloth, an excellent fire starter. Cut some natural fiber cloth into small squares, place them in your container, and poke a small hole in the lid. Place this container on your fire. The cloth inside will char without burning completely, creating a material that catches sparks easily. It's like making your own fire-starting magic trick. Lastly, when using your folding saw, remember that it cuts on the pull stroke, not the push. Let the saw do the work, using smooth, full-length strokes. Trying to force it will only lead to a dull blade and sore arms. It's not a race. Slow and steady wins in bushcraft. As we wrap up our journey through the art of bushcraft, remember that these tools and techniques are just the beginning. True mastery comes with practice, patience, and a deep respect for the natural world around us. The knife, ferro rod, cordage, metal container, and folding saw form the foundation of a solid bushcraft kit. But the real magic happens when you combine these tools with knowledge and skill. Each technique we've discussed, from battening to bow drill fires, builds upon this foundation, turning simple tools into the keys to survival. Bushcraft isn't just about surviving in the wilderness, it's about thriving in it. It's about rediscovering our connection to the natural world and our own innate abilities. So the next time you find yourself in the great outdoors, remember, with the right tools, techniques, and mindset, you're not just a visitor in nature. You're a part of it, and that, more than anything else, is the true art of bushcraft. Thanks for watching, folks. This is Larry reminding you to hit that subscribe button now for more survival tips, and visit the links in the description below for your bushcraft gear. Be safe and be prepared.